Long ago, in a land before time. Well, a little bit after time.
I like octagons!
Damn it, you ruined the whole thing, Scott. Whatever, fuck it. We're back with the Movie Thing Podcast. Episode... Because I keep forgetting to look every time I start these goddamn things.
Wiki wow!
Yeah, we're doing fucking movies again. Yeah, movies. We're back. Hey, it's been a week since we've done this. Or 2 weeks since we've done this. I'm Brendan. That's Scotty.
I'm me. Hello.
Yes, that's Scotty. We do not have Dustin because, well, he doesn't, Dustin's not around right now. We don't have Nick because he's probably working or something. I didn't really
Dusty wasn't there.
I know. And Nicky G will be back probably by the end of the month from what I'm getting from him. So once he comes back, we're going to actually have a weekly version of this when he comes back. But as of right now, we're doing this every other week. But anyways, yes, we're back, bitches. Again, bitches. I just like saying bitches. Hey Scott, what have you been up to?
Not a whole lot. Lots of classwork. Mainly fucking around on GTA. So that's about it.
That's always a fun thing to do. It's a great time killer, honestly.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, just stealing your buddy's car and then crashing it into a pool somehow, like on top of a hill. Just because you ramped off of the hill next to it and perfectly landed into the center of the pool. You know,
that was always one of the things I love when I'm playing driving game or like an open world game like GTA. Is when you somehow get that weird jump that just comes out of nowhere and you're doing like 360s in the air and you land in an area where your character's never supposed to be able to get.
Yeah, that's always fun.
I'm stuck up here without dying.
Son of a ball sack.
I was at the dentist today. Fun. Everyone loves the dentist, don't they?
Yes.
I hear like children love to go there. They're like, "Yay, Mom, can we go to the dentist again?" They're like, "No, Jimmy, it's only once every 6 months now." So I went to the dentist, drove down there, got there, whatever, boring bullshit. And then, well, first of all, they took my blood pressure. This is a new one for me. Never had them take my blood pressure before. I was just like, okay, thought I went to the dentist, not the doctors. They took it. Apparently I'm okay because they didn't say anything, or they just took it and they're just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to look at and threw it aside. I deal with teeth. So, I don't know. So, yeah, that was a little bit strange. I kind of want to go back there because I ate KFC after leaving the dentist, as one should. And I kind of want to go back there, do it again. I want to see if I'm going to die now. But anyways, yeah, they did that. But then, I have to say, what the fuck is it where I go to the dentist, my teeth feel fine before I go there. I leave the dentist, now my teeth hurt. I mean, what did you guys do in there? Were they just like scraping at the gum itself? Just like, yeah, you need to come to us more often. This hurts like a son of a bitch, doesn't it?
Right.
It drives me nuts. It's every goddamn time. I'm just like, okay, yeah, now my teeth feel weird. See, I kind of like having that layer of tartar there. You know why?
Because now I can actually eat ice cream with them.
Honestly, I'm kind of scared to put anything cold near my teeth. If I just drink and then all of a sudden, oh! God, what did you guys do? I lost the protective layer. But yes, this is the first time in a long time I haven't gotten the you need to floss more speech. If you go in there and just say you floss sometimes, they don't give you a speech anymore. It's nice. I'm going to keep doing that now. I was like, I really don't floss worth a shit. And then all of a sudden they're like, have you been flossing? Oh yeah, every now and again. Okay, yeah, he's been picking up on the floss and we can tell. I was like, no, you can't. If you could tell, then you would know. That I have not. Because flossing's for nerds.
Nerds and old people.
Nerds and old people. And actually, if you go to a morning time with dentistry, you see a lot of old people. And I had that horrible thought of, God, I don't want to get old. I saw a lady take like a half hour to get down the goddamn stairs. I was in the waiting room and I watched her just like slowly as fucking possible go down the stairs. I'm like, if I ever get to that point, someone please just hit me with their car. I'm done. There's no point in living if you can't even get up and down, 12 stairs.
Exactly.
But yeah, otherwise, I really fucking hate the dentist. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Not that I'm not scared of them or anything. I just really hate going there a lot of the times. There's nothing fun or interesting about the dentist. And then mine likes to lecture me about, because I never go to the doctors. I'm like, whoa. Shut up. He's, oh, when was the last time you had a physical? I was like, I don't know, the last time I was 12. I mean, what the fuck do you care?
You are not my moral compass, man.
I know. I was like, I don't go to the doctor for shit. You know, lately I've been getting headaches from reading, and everyone keeps saying, Brandon, you need glasses. I'm like, I'll be fine. I can still see. And then
I'm a man! Fuck it.
Yeah, I know. Or like how I have like an ankle that's been messed up for how long, and I'm just like, until it's unwalkable, I don't need to see a doctor. What kind of pussy shit is that?
Screw getting a splint and maybe some screws.
I know. Well, for all I know, I don't even know what's wrong with that ankle. I was like, but if I go see the doctor and they say something is wrong with it, guess what? I can't drive my car. That's not okay.
True.
I need to drive my car. You know, it would be my left foot, the driving stick. I still need my left foot.
Yes.
And for people who know cars, you do. But yeah, that was my interesting morning. And of course, immediately after leaving my dentist, I'm like, ooh, KFC. Pulled in. I got a 3-piece meal with some Mountain Dew because, I need to get that, nice little caffeine sugar all over my teeth. And also, I just gotta say, goddamn KFC is good. Okay, random thoughts there, Scotty. KFC, what do you go with chicken-wise?
Depends on the day.
Depends on the weather. Winter, I go with original recipe, but during the summer, I kind of go for an extra crispy.
Tons of humidity warrants grilled.
Oh, God. Now, see me, I'm the extra crispy kind of guy. I like
extra crispy as well, but mostly I will get like popcorn chicken because I can.
Oh yeah. You know what I like about the 3-piece meal though? If you get white meat, because the breasts are fucking huge, so you get a 3-piece meal. That's a good meal for the rest of your day for a while.
Oh hell yeah.
And I went to an actual just KFC, so it was kind of nice. I hate when I go into the A&W KFC because I'm like, so I want fried chicken with some corn dogs. Is that cool?
Right.
Like, for my side, can it be your mini corn dogs instead of like mac and cheese or mashed potatoes or nasty ass shit you got there? I want corn dogs. But anyways, let's get into film. Because, who doesn't like us talking about film? If you don't, well, you shouldn't have clicked on this.
And fuck you too.
Yes. First of all, we should talk about what did you watch this week there, Scotty?
I watched the new Evil Dead.
Oh, nice. What'd you think of that?
I thought it was pretty good. Cause I didn't know this until all the roommates in my house that are nerds told me, but, I guess that the original one was done so cheesily that people thought it was a comedy.
Okay, the first one is cheesy, but at the time it was considered as, scary. The second one was done pure comedy.
I've heard both though. I've heard that it was construed as comedy, so that's why the second one was more comedy, because they played on that.
Oh yeah, no, the second one is essentially a remake of the first one, but done way more funny. The second one is really my pride and joy of the Evil Dead series. And then of course the new one, as you just saw, not comedic at all. Like that one.
No, there was a distinct lack of groovy.
I know. That one has some pretty brutal moments, and I'm a guy there, Scott, that can watch some pretty brutal shit on TV, but damn, there are some moments in that movie where I'm just like, oh god, stop, just my exact reaction in the theater. We do have a review up for people interested on the site, so yeah, I forget if it's just me or if it's me and Nick that review that movie. I think it's me and Nick, not 100%.
I think it's you and Nick too.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a great movie. It's like one of my favorite horror films, that remake. And
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. What else do you watch?
A lot of Archer, that's about it.
Oh, Archer, amazing. What season?
I've just been kind of rewatching all of it.
I know. I just got done watching season, I think 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which was the one that just recently came out on DVD?
4 just came out.
Oh, 4. No, I watched season 4 then. Season 4, I really liked it, but I actually try to think of my favorite season. I think 3 is probably my favorite, honestly, because 3 has that. Just the ending of 3 is so awesome. Plus, I think 3 is the one with the rampage.
Yes, it is.
Rampage! Oh,
woo! Right now, my favorite is the brand new one.
Oh, I have not seen. Is it The Vice?
Yeah, Archer Vice, it's funny as
I
shit.
have not seen Archer Vice at all. I see. I need to get around to recording it on FX because I have FX. I just don't ever record it on the DVR, I guess. And
Well, like, my girlfriend's roommates have Xfinity, so I just kind of use their on-demand.
oh, that'd be awesome. Dish does not have a good on-demand service. And that's what I hate about Dish most of all. Like, you know, Nick has Comcast, and they're like, oh, on-demand up the ass. And I hear DirecTV has good on-demand. I was like, Dish is the only one that does not have a good on-demand.
That's because Dish is for old people.
It kind of is. But anyways, yeah, TV-wise, I don't know if you watched this, the new episode of Community.
Oh yeah, the fucking G.I. Joe
Oh
one.
god, dude, that
That
one
was
is the
so
best.
funny.
That was the best. Like, if people who are fans of Community, if you have not gone around and watching this episode, this is without a doubt my favorite episode.
Oh hell yes.
Oh god, all the characters from Community, except of course Danny Glover, who is Troy, is in this one, and they just have so much fun with it. I mean, literally, they are all their own versions of G.I. Joe, characters. Jeff Winger is Wingman. You got Britta as Buzzkill. I forget Shirley's 3 kids.
Yeah, 3 kids.
3 kids. My favorite is Annie, because Annie is like tight ship, and her
Yeah.
clothes are so freaking tight on her. It's, oh god, I was like about to say, damn, I'd watch G.I. Joe if they had a character like that. But they actually go with the animation of G.I. Joe. They use the actual characters from G.I. Joe.
And the voices too.
Do they actually use the voices too?
Yeah.
Oh god, it is without a doubt just, if you ever watch that old cartoon, I've actually seen some old G.I. Joes, and they hit it on the nail. They make fun of it so hard. The biggest one of no one ever kills anybody, and that is their running joke throughout the whole thing. That no one ever kills anybody. What the hell? Or how the whole show is just one big TV commercial. Yeah, it is, or toy commercial, I should say. It is one of my, god, I love Community so much. I really do. I also watched, sticking on cartoons, I watched the Blu-ray version of Hulk Versus. For people who have not seen this is a 2-part, two different little short films of Hulk taking on Thor in Asgard and Hulk taking on Wolverine. They're both good. They're I really enjoy both of them. They're not like Shakespeare and anything. It's a Hulk movie, so of course you're gonna get a lot of Hulk going, Hulk smash and kicking the shit out of, Wolverine and Thor.
Yeah.
I really like the Thor one the most. The Thor one really kind of shows how, Thor is the god of thunder. He could still get the living shit kicked out of him by the Hulk.
Right.
Hulk fans, you guys need to see this. People who are Marvel fans, check it out. I think it's actually on Netflix, so if you want to watch it, by all means, check it out there. I also watched everyone's favorite Star Wars Episode 4. Sadly, I have the DVD version, and Scott, maybe you know this, maybe you don't. The DVD version has some extended shit in it. See, I own the VHS version, but I don't own a VHS.
Yeah.
VHS is the actual original cut of it, but the DVD, George Lucas, dipped his little dick in there. So, extra scenes in this may include Greedo shooting first. Which, for the longest time I always hear people complain about Greedo shooting first, until you actually see how stupid it is. When, he is sitting literally, a desk, like a table length away from Han Solo, and, he's supposed to be a bounty hunter, and completely fucking misses. Just, I was like, would you just have a misfire? And of course, Han Solo shoots him directly in the face.
Yeah.
And then after that, literally a couple scenes after that, Han Solo actually meets up with Jabba the Hutt. This is an extra little scene thrown in there. Now, when he's talking to Jabba, and this is a scene I have a problem with as well. He's talking to Jabba, and Jabba's like, you owe me money, but in Booga Booga language. And all of a sudden, he just steps on Jabba's tail, like in the middle of Jabba's rant. This has kind of raised some problems with me. Scott, you may not know this, I'm kind of a huge Star Wars nerd, but...
No!
Yeah, but when he steps on Jabba's tail, this badass mob boss, you're just like, okay, you just took any, freaking, I guess, what am I trying to think of? God, I'm drawing a blank on the word I'm trying to think of for some reason. any, I guess, sinisterness to him. You know, I know that's not an actual word, but whatever. Any threat. God, I couldn't think of that fucking simple of a word. You can take any real threat out of the character when you just show him getting punked like that from Han Solo. It's just like, yeah, Han Solo's cool and all, but, you know, he's supposed to be scared of Jabba when he's like, you know, just stepping on his tail and be like, you know, Jabba, I don't feel like paying you this week. And just walks away, you know. I'm just like, what the fuck? This also has, you know, it's, you know, if you like Star Wars, well, yeah, I don't really need to get into what Star Wars is about. It's great. I still love the original trilogy a lot. You know, you still get that weird point where Leia kisses Luke on the cheek, and you're like, "That's your sister." Yuck. I know, it's just funny. But you know what? People always made jokes saying like, "Oh, George Lucas didn't have the prequels planned." If you really listen to what the characters are talking about in this movie, he kind of did. You listen to what some of the Empires talk about. They're talking about the Galactic Senate. They're talking about the building of the rebellion. They're talking about all this shit that we've already seen done in the prequels. So either, you know, he already had a mindset of what was happening beforehand. It was nice. I don't know. I personally liked it, but whatever. I could get in a Star Wars debate with people who actually feel like they want to debate with me.
No, I'm pretty, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Let's get into the weekend box office. Top 5, brought to you by Taco Bell and Gamefly.
Think outside your mom.
I know. Think outside your mom. What the fuck? I kind of want to see that now. That commercial. Think outside your mom, and you just see like a little hand come out of it. Like, oh, Jimmy! And think outside your mom. It just shows a little hand coming out of the badge with a burrito. Dong! God damn it. That's so wrong. Oh, it's a 5-layer burrito. God, I haven't had Taco Bell in a while. Oh well, I don't really miss it too much right now. I've had so much of it. But anyways, let's get into number 5. Number 5 was number 3 last week. It's dropped down 2 places. It's Muppets Most Wanted. Want, want. This last weekend it made $6 million.
Oh dear, only 6?
I know. With a, whoa, hello.
Okay, that's not me, dude. It's like a Mexican outside.
What is he, putting the fucking lawnmower against the goddamn, window?
I don't know. I will mute myself for now.
Okay, yes. But anyways, total gross is $42 million. They are still, I know, Scott, you can't really speak right now because the lawnmower man's right outside. But the budget's $50 million. They still have not reached their budget yet. They're going to. I mean, you can make $8 million in DVD sales, but it's still just kind of like, wow, a Muppets movie. I like the Muppets, but they're kind of done. They're not getting any money for what they're doing. Yeah, so whatever. Number 4 was actually moved up because last week it was number 5. Number 4 is God's Not Dead. Fuck if I know what this movie's about, but probably God not being a dead. But you know what? This movie's done a fucking
not
ton.
Being a dead?
Not being a dead. This weekend alone it made $7 million. You want to know something? If this, to my knowledge, this is a religious movie because I have a ultra religious uncle talking about this, so I'm kind of like, oh, okay, I kind of have an idea what this movie's about. But anyways, it made, its total gross is $32 million. Scotty, you want to know what the budget of this was?
$20?
Basically, $2 million.
Wow.
It's made a $30 million profit, which means God's Not Dead 2 coming out next summer. Yeah, $30 million profit for this fucking movie. It moved up. It's in the top 5. That is amazing. The word of mouth has gotten out, and all those people who were pissed off about our number 2 are probably seeing this movie being like, yes, this is what I wanted to see. Number 3 moved down from number 2 last week. It is Divergent. Divergent, which I saw some news saying that they're going to try to split up the next 2 movies or whatever in some bullshit type thing like they're doing with every fucking series now. They're like, wait, we can make more money if we drag this book series out more. Like the final book in the Hunger Games. Yeah, 2-parter. I'm like, but it's 1 book. But we're going to make it 2 parts.
Because fuck you.
Because we need to have everything in it. I was like, no, you can cut out some boring shit we don't need to know in the book. No. The Lord of the Rings did it, guys. We saw that you could make a book series, just one movie per book. Great.
We need the PETA jacking off scene. That's what we need.
That would be actually... Oh, wait, PETA. I forgot her name. Wow.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, no. Is her name PETA?
No.
What's her name?
Her name is Katniss.
Katniss. Okay, I was kind of...
Just think of cat piss.
Cat piss, yes. I was kind of hoping for cat piss to be, masturbating.
Cat
Anyways,
piss never clean.
I'm just gonna start calling her that with the next movie that comes out. Yeah, that main character, Cat Piss. Anyways, the weekend gross was $12 million. Congratulations. But this is where it gets me. The budget, $85 million, but the total gross is $114 million. Jesus H. Christ, you guys kick fucking ass. Yeah, just shows that people will pay to see a movie that Brandon kind of looked at and yeah. Anyways, you know why it was only $85 million, Scotty? Because most of their budget went into special effects, because they had a bunch of nobodies. There was nobody in that trailer I recognized except for the main antagonist, which I forget her name anyways. She's from the Titanic, that's all I can tell you.
So she survived the Titanic?
Yes, she's the old lady from the Titanic.
Bitches.
Number 2 was kicked out of its number 1 spot. Noah should have brought 2 of each more, I don't know. Monies, I guess. I don't fucking know. Noah, yeah. It's Noah. It's made $17 million this weekend with its grand total of $72 million. But its budget is $125 million, so it still's gotta do some more to break some even. Yeah. It's gonna break even. I mean, it's number 2 right now. It's still gonna make money. But what we need to talk about is our review's already out. It's already up on the site. Scott, would you like to do the honors?
Of?
The number 1?
Come
on. Everybody's talking about it. Okay, Captain America, Winter Soldier. Yeah. I can't hold, it was like I'm holding your hand across the street, Scott, and I just let you go and you got hit by a car with that one. Like, come on, Scott, say it. Nah, come on, Scott. No, I don't know. Up, he's gone. Anyways, its weekend gross was $95 million. Holy shit. I was part of that, Scott. Except for I only paid $6 for my ticket, so fuck you guys. But its budget is $170 million, which when you watch this film, you're like, wow, only $170? Because there's a lot of big budget shit going on here. But yes. Wow. That was great, and that's going to make its budget back and then some. So, yes. That was actually one of the few 5-star films I'm getting out there, too.
True.
So anyways, let's move on to our trailer talk with Deliver Us from Evil. This movie is...
Not out yet.
What?
Not out yet.
Not out. Oh, no, it's not out yet. This new trailer came out. It's a new horror film from Scott Derrickson. If you don't know who Scott Derrickson is, you should, because it's, he directed Sinister, one of the...
It's my name mixed with Derek.
It's if Scott and Derek mixed together and they had a son. That was whatever. But you know what? It's Scott Derrickson. He's made Sinister, which I loved, and The Exorcism of Emily Rose, which I have never seen. But he's kind of, he kind of knows a little bit about ghosts and stuff. But this movie looks really interesting in my book because it's not your traditional like, oh, it's a haunted house or a haunted playground swing or something. This one is about just a cop who's investigating these crazy fucking murders, and all of a sudden, they kind of go away from they did that horrible thing in the trailer, Scott, where they're like, based on true events from an actual cop's diary. I was like, what is he just writing his fan fiction or something? Like, whoa, what if this would happen? And what if this, like...
What is he, M. Night Shyamalan?
What if there's a twist and the guy was actually possessed by Satan?
But then we're all dead, and instead of people, we're actually lobsters.
We're all lobsters inside of a lobster tank at the
Red Lobster.
Red Lobster. Down. Anyways, I was, in the trailer, Scott, you actually pointed this out with me too. I was excited to see Joe McHale, the main character from Community, essentially. in this trailer.
Playing something else.
Yeah, he was just like, right hand cup buddy. He didn't even have any lines in the trailer, but he was seen constantly with Eric Bana.
Yeah.
Who, people who know who he is. I'm not going to actually explain who Eric Bana is, but he was seen with him, and I'm just like, I bet you anything, Scott, he's going to get killed.
Probably.
Because, he seems like one of those things where Eric Bana is investigating, and all of a sudden his partner was like gutted from, his intestines are hanging out or some shit type thing going on there. Let me real quick. Would you see this movie, Scott?
I would.
You would? I would too. Would you see it in theaters?
Maybe.
There is actually if you go to a movie theater where you don't have a bunch of assholes in there, but you have kind of, you have a right theater for, because I'm kind of, with me seeing horror films in the theater, I'm really iffy about it, because sometimes you get that audience that are a bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah.
That are like, that was scary! And they're saying this. Oh my god! Oh my god, that was scary! Like, oh yes, I can interpret that.
Peeing my pants!
I know. Usher, my seat got really warm. Anyway.
My butt's warm and wet now.
I know. Someone put moisture down my pants.
Hurry up! Someone peed my pants.
I know. Someone's pooping my pants. Leave me alone. I kind of prefer honestly, my preferred way of watching horror films is the exact way you and I played Outlast with friends, because it just makes it all the more fun. Especially if you watch horror, like when me and Nick, we watched the first Paranormal Activity just to see what the whole hype was about back in the day. And, we were watching it, we were making fun of the damn movie because it was so goddamn stupid. We're just like, okay, really? Oh, come on. Oh, the evil pots and pans. I actually like watching horror films that way. But, I'll be honest with you, Scott. I watched Scott Derrickson's Sinister the right way. I watched it in my room with the lights off in the middle of the night. And let me just say, I had to do a load of laundry the next day, unrelated to watching that movie. No, I am still a guy who does, I do get, I don't get freaked out, let's say, but I do get jumped easily from jump scares. I can be a jumpy guy sometimes, like, when they just, I'm like, you don't do that.
You fucker.
I know, you, Sonny. But yeah, it's gonna come out in 2014, Deliver Us from Evil. Makes me wonder when, though. They don't really say when. I wanted to actually kind of turn into what happened last year with The Conjuring, where it comes out in the middle of summer, and it's like one of the biggest box offices because people are like, well, it's either watch this or watch some crap. So I guess I'll go see The Conjuring.
Right.
Actually, like this week, I'm not excited to see any of the movies. So either, Scott, you can help me make this decision right now. Either I go see Oculus or The Draft. Oculus is a horror film.
Never heard of The Draft.
And The Draft is a Kevin Costner film where he's like trying to draft some. It's like a football sports movie. So I'm just like, sports movie or horror film?
Horror film.
I think I have to do the Oculus. And you know what the best part is? Because I like to go to matinees. There ain't gonna be shit in that theater with me.
Oh, hell no.
Because no one, who the hell sees a horror film besides a guy like me at 6 o'clock, or not 6, but like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning? Only this guy. Because that's exactly what I did for Evil Dead there, sir. No one was in that theater. A little TV, actually. Let's get into some news. I think that's enough. Anyways, you watch The Walking Dead?
Yes, I do.
Well, they got some news that are kind of little rumors from the show. Fans of the comic series will know a nasty villain known as Negan. Negan. Negan.
Negan?
Nagan. Yes, Nagan.
Negan!
I'm actually just Scott, I'm gonna read something from the comics. This is a little picture of the comic strip of just a little bit about this character. Alright. Gotta get into character. You? How stupid do you think I am? You're practically invincible. You're missing a fucking hand, for fuck's sakes. And you're the leader. What have these people seen you live through? I bet they fucking worship you. He really likes the word fuck. I'm not going to turn you into a martyr.
The name of the game is breaking you in front of them. I'll slide my dick down your throat and make you thank me for it, and then they'll all fall in line. I really hope he was just using that as a really horrible base metaphor, not, that Rick doesn't actually get fucking raped down the throat.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
What?
That'd be bad.
Oh, okay. I was supposed to say, what the? Your voice changed, Scott. But yes, that was, apparently he's like, cause I don't read the comics. Surprise. I don't think you do either, do you?
Nope.
Apparently he's supposed to be like the governor, but even crazier. Yeah, but anyways, Robert Kirkman, the guy who's currently, in charge of The Walking Dead on TV, he says it would be cool, he basically, I'm kind of paraphrasing what he's saying, he would be really kind of excited to get Negan in, but they're not going to do it anytime in the future. So my prediction with that is season 5, we're not going to see this evil bad character. Season 6, maybe. I don't even know how many seasons they're planning on doing Walking Dead, to be honest with you.
As long as people watch it.
Honestly. Well, you'd think the same thing with Breaking Bad, but, they kind of stopped that at 5.
True.
And yeah, we're moving on to season 5 of The Walking Dead, so I kind of picture, I don't know, I'm trying to think. I mean, I want to say there's going to be about 7 seasons total, to be honest with you. I mean, because if you try to get 10 seasons out of a show, you're stretching it. I mean, you really are stretching, so I don't know, we'll see. That was just a little bit of TV news. This is the only TV news I got, so shut up. Actually, no, I do have one other. I totally forgot about this news. You like Colbert Report?
Yes, I do.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Because Stephen Colbert, well, he's going to be replacing David Letterman on The Late Show.
Oh, god damn it.
So, yeah, Stephen Colbert, he is going to be, he's moving to the, Late Show, but it used to have David Letterman. I don't know what time is The Late Show. Oh, it's usually 11:35. Okay. So, yeah, it's a pretty late show. And he's going to be taking over, which I'm kind of seeing Colbert, but Colbert may have been... I know, I'm kind of just, I'm trying to see, they don't really know what's going to happen to Colbert, because they were kind of in talk with John Oliver, but John Oliver left. So...
He did?
Oh yeah, no, they said, with John Oliver already gone, the bench is somewhat thin. So, yeah.
Huh.
No one knows. I would have liked John Oliver to take over for the Colbert Show.
Me too.
I mean, granted, they'd have to change the name of it, because it wouldn't really make sense without Stephen Colbert. But it's going to be really sad to see Colbert leave to go do late night shows, because honestly, I really liked his persona he made with the whole, where he just makes fun of...
Super American.
Well, he's like American, but he makes fun of every politician.
Yeah.
And Fox News.
Religiously makes fun of Fox News.
Oh god, dude, it makes me just laugh every time I see Fox News on in the break room. Just like, ah! Oh god, I can't, I wish I would, sadly, our Fox News team, Scott, is kind of smarter than most of the ones he shows on his show.
Yes, they are, actually.
Yeah, because our Fox News team in Colorado, or the Denver metro Colorado area, they never get on his, blooper reel, essentially, of what Colbert shows. I'm like, damn it, I just want one time. I want to be like, oh yeah, I saw that one where, the dude, shat his pants or something. So anyways, yeah, Colbert, bye-bye. I don't really know when it's gonna happen. Anyways, maybe you've heard about this, Scotty, but Warner Brothers has announced that, basically Marvel has announced that Captain America 3 is going to be the same date as Warner Brothers' Batman vs. Superman.
Uh-huh.
So, in 2016. So, they're really pushing out Captain America 3. Jesus Christ. Or 2015, I should say. 15. It was given first... yeah, okay. Goddamn. But, yeah, so far... Warner Brothers is kind of like, no, we're not moving. We're not moving. They're kind of in a a Mexican standoff right now. Who's gonna move first? Because Because honestly, who's gonna, us film fans, we're gonna want to see both. But your, normal audiences, I mean, they might see both, but they're not gonna see both in the same week. One of these is gonna do better than the other. So, it's gonna be rather interesting to see what happens with that one.
True.
I don't know. I don't know about that, Scott. I don't know. I don't know why Marvel would be like, fuck you. I understand they don't need to they're trying to compete against DC, but hey guys, I hate to say it. We don't really have shit that happens in, November and October and March. That's a pretty dead month for film too. Why don't you release it in the dead months? Why do you guys have to be like, no, it has to be a summer blockbuster? Look how fucking good Captain America did in the middle of April. So, I hate it. Because video games do the same thing, Scott. The video game industry and the movie industry are a bunch of assholes for consumers. Because they make you choose. It's like they always give you the Sophie's choice there, Scott. They're never just like, oh yeah, well you can have your cake and eat it too. No, they're like, no, you can have your cake, or you can watch Phil eat it. So, type thing. It just kind of, it just drives me nuts. Because, with video games, it's every, November, we just get, every 6 games out in a week.
Yeah.
Hope you can afford them all. No, not off the bat, because I'm not rich. And then movies is during the summer where they're just like, yeah, blockbuster, blockbuster, blockbuster!
Blockbuster's closed.
Yes, they are. Forever. Which kind of makes me sad. Especially if I lived where you live, sir. Where I would be within walking distance of a blockbuster.
Except for the fact that closed 4 months ago.
I know it's gone, but I'm saying, if if I lived where you lived and the thing was still open, they would know me by name. They would eventually have to have a sign that says, do not let this man in. Because I'd be going in there every day, just hey, back, finish this movie. Sir, we're not a red box. I know. But anyways, yeah, just kind of having that. It's just, who's this quote from? I'm kind of curious. Oh yeah. Oh, Dan Thielman, the president of Warner Brothers, he has a nice little quote there. It doesn't make a lot of sense for 2 huge superhero films to come out on the same date, but there's a lot of time between now and 5/6/16. However, at this time, we're not considering changing the date for Superman vs. Batman. So yeah, and by the way, it was 16, so they got 2 years, my bad. But anyways, yeah, that. Little smaller news. You like Star Wars?
Yes,
Yeah, good. Because we're going to talk some more Star Wars. Star Wars Episode 7 hey, Scott, Star Wars Episode V11.
Oh, Jesus. Not this shit.
Sorry, I just had to. I couldn't help myself, Scott.
I know.
Oh, ever since you and I had that whole conversation of, do you guys have,
Grand Theft Auto V?
Auto V?
You fucking moron.
Do you have a Grand Theft Auto IV?
Oh, Jesus. I almost died of oh, you mean 4? As in the number 1, 2, 3, 4, you fucking idiot?
Oh, God. I don't even know how I had to react if someone came up to me and said, do you guys have this? If they came up to me and said, hey, do you guys have a Star Wars episode, IV? I know, I know, they don't even know how to do 3. Do you have Star Wars episode I? What?
What the fuck is I, you goddamn
I would just start saying
fucking
no to
Down syndrome reject?
No, I can point you to books. We have a whole couple shelves full of books, which is really sad. If you think about it, Scott. Walmart is just covered in movies and video games. They have movies are everywhere, video games are everywhere, whole things of computers, a whole line of TVs, a couple shelves of books. Yeah, we got some books over there. They're coloring books and such.
And Stitch.
And I used to get people always come up to me and ask me, where are the books at? You can't read.
Tear up your butt.
I know. What, so you can learn how to read the title? So maybe you could say Star Wars Episode 7 instead of VII? Anyways, they're gonna be, basically, this is just some stupid little news I found where they're filming around Dubai.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi? Yeah, actually, that actually is exactly it. How the fuck do you know that?
I watch The Amazing Race from time to time.
I was just saying, how the fuck do you know? You actually knew how to pronounce that word. You're not even looking at the news story. You're like, yeah, no, it's Abu Dhabi. Yeah, but with Abu Dhabi, no,
Gerber, Gerber.
I know. I say Apu and I honestly think, Mr. Omar.
Oh, hello. Welcome to my rolling hot dogs that have been here since the store opened.
I know. Mr. Homer, what can I get you? Do you want another lottery scratch ticket? I love how racially stereotypical that character is, and no one's ever given a shit. Maybe because the show's been on for as long as they have, they look like idiots for bitching about it by
I
now.
think it's like 30 years now.
Oh god, the fact that they're still going, they keep every year, they keep having the rumors like, is this the last season of The Simpsons?
Right.
I'm like, no, because Fox likes making money. But anyways, yeah, they're filming in Abu Dhabi, which means there's going to be more Tatooine. You know why there's going to be more Tatooine there, Scotty?
Because it's dirty?
Because it's cheap as fuck to film in a desert.
Yep.
And that's the exact reason why, because you don't actually have to make a whole set for desert. We have those. They exist. You don't even need to have to worry about equipment too much. Not like if you filmed in the jungle where you have to be like, well, the terrain's all shitty. The terrain is flat. It's in a desert. But yes. And you know what I respect about this, though? They're actually going to locations. Because to my knowledge with the prequels, it was all studio for the most part. They just kind of sat around in the studio and just like, green screen.
Screen of blue!
I know. They just, it was quite weird. I don't know. I also, just random real quick side note, I watched this interesting little film, like a little short part for the original looking Predator. It's a fun little story, actually. You've seen the Predator, right?
Yeah.
Well, when the Predator was first being made, the Fox executives kind of had a weird image for what the Predator was supposed to look like in their head. And the Predator essentially kind of looked like a lobster for the most part. He had a lobster face, he kind of had a shell-looking body, but he didn't have claws, he just kind of, And I know, I'm not 100% on this, but I know, I don't know if he stayed for the final picture, but Jean-Claude Van Damme was the Predator for a little bit. I don't know if he was in the final picture.
Jean-Claude Van Damme!
Yes, he was rather pissed, though. Because, first of all, they put him in this... no one apparently told Jean-Claude Van Damme, because to make him so he didn't get fucked up with the green screen effects when they're... how the Predator turns invisible.
Yeah.
He literally looked like a lobster, so he was red. So they put Jean-Claude Van Damme in this all-red suit, and he was pissed when they put him in this suit, because it was the director talking. And the director was sitting there just saying, yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme was sitting there the whole time, what the hell is this? What am I supposed to be, a killer lobster? And they said, and he's like, no, Sean, you're invisible. No one's going to be seeing you through 90% of the picture. And then that's when he apparently said Jean-Claude got really pissed. Because Jean-Claude Van Damme got so pissed off, because apparently he thought that he was going to show off his kung fu as the monster, so not only does he not get to show off his kung fu, no one's gonna see him throughout the whole picture. He just walks around, essentially. So they were saying it was the funniest damn thing where everyone's just sitting around, during the breaks, and then he would say you look over in the lawn chair and you'd see Jean-Claude Van Damme just sitting there, all pouty faced, just sitting there just, I hate this. This is stupid. I do not like being here. And he's actually doing the accent for Jean-Claude Van Damme the whole fucking time. It's hilarious. Honestly, guys, you guys gotta find that little DVD extra of the Predator movie, because it is so fucking funny to watch. Because, they actually show the suit and all that, and it does look like a fucking lobster. And just him just talking about how Jean-Claude Van Damme was so pissed off about being the Predator. I don't know, the clip was only a couple minutes long, so I don't know if he stayed for the whole picture. I'd have to look on IMDb if he was actually the Predator or if he just left because he was so pissed off. We don't know, but that was just a fun little film story behind the scenes with Brandon. I know. I'll try my best, people, to find more little short, fun shit behind people's favorite movies like that, but that was just a fun little story. Guy Ritchie?
Sorta?
He makes movies like, Snatch and...
Teeth?
I know. No. Snatch is not what you're thinking. Where it's not the vagina snatch. It's it's some it's his typical British mobster. He's very big on British mobster movies. For a while, that he was really kind of the inventor for. Let me put it this way: there was a time, Scott, when Jason Statham did not have a really raspy voice, and he wasn't a complete badass, and all his films were how badass am I?
When he wasn't like everything.
There was a time, like if you go watch, I want to say it is Snatch, or even Guns, Smoke and Barrels, I forget which the hell that movie title is. He's in it, and actually, he's not very dangerous at all in the movie. Like, he actually gets his ass kicked, to my knowledge, in Snatch. Snatch is a great movie, though, just by the way, because it has the most ununderstandable version of Brad Pitt there is, where he's just talking in the super, basically, he's so freaking British, or I think he's actually Irish, that you can't understand a word he says. He's just sitting there like, oh, and you're like, what the fuck did he just say? And I wish I could, Brad Pitt is such a great actor, well, later on in his career. But anyways, they kind of got him, Warner Brothers, they got him to be the guy for directing the new King Arthur movie, which, no idea when it's going to come out, but yeah, he's going to be making King Arthur. Which hopefully, I guess they say it will be around 2016. 2016 when every fucking movie comes out. But yeah, I really hope it's going to be better than the other King Arthur. Do you remember that movie?
Somewhat.
Where they actually had quite a big cast for that movie too, of the other King Arthur. They had Clive Owen.
Oh,
King
yeah.
Arthur.
Yeah.
And they had, Ray Winston was in that movie, but he was kind of a side character. I'm trying to think who else they had in that movie. They had a few kind of big actor. Oh, they also had Keira Knightley, that flat-chested chick who some people had a real flat. Scott, here's a little thing about Brandon. He likes his women with some titties.
I like titties as well.
Yeah, I'm not too into the A cups. I mean, I found some pretty attractive women with them.
Some at work.
Some of them they're not nothing bad with women. I'm not a total sexist. If you're a pretty woman, you got my attention.
Trust me. I know the feeling. She's not going to listen to this anyway, so I'll name drop her. Amanda at work for Photo Center.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
She's not no one knows who the hell we're talking about, and she'll never hear this, or maybe she
Exactly, so
but
fuck
she is, she is rather attractive, but she doesn't have any,
She's very
assets. Sticky. Yes. But she has a pretty face and a pretty decent personality, and that's what can sell me. Hell, there have even been some, heavier girls that I have, you just find a little bit more attractive just because they have such a great personality.
Exactly.
Personality does sell. Sometimes.
Exactly. It's
now, unless there is a point where if they're like 300 pounds overweight or something, that I don't care how nice you are, we're friends.
well, because like 3 or 4 days ago, I actually walked into the lunchroom at school and saw Amanda sitting at a table watching The Walking Dead. So I was like, I love you.
That is awesome. I love you. You go up to her, whisper in her ear, I love you. What? I don't know who that was. That guy was weird.
Would you like to touch my pickle?
Would you like to touch pickle? I don't know if I told this story.
I can arrange very easily.
Scott, there was a girl at work, I take a bus to get down to Denver because, I can't afford to pay for parking in Denver.
Yeah.
Nor do I want to deal with the traffic in Denver either, because traffic is always present in Denver. Anyways, she works with us, and I was standing behind her in the line at the bus, and she kept giving me the best look ever, where she couldn't tell if she recognized me or not. Kept looking back like, I know this guy. I know this. And each time I start laughing after a little bit. I'm just like, God, I don't want to say anything because it would just spoil the moment because every 2 minutes or so I keep getting them to look back right at me. Just, do I know you? I swear to God I recognize you, but you're not wearing you're not dressed up in your normal attire. I can't say anything because, for people who don't know, I wear a lot of hats. So when I'm at work, I don't wear hats. So sometimes it can be a little less than noticed. I can go by unnoticed. Especially if I'm incognito man.
Yes.
But yes, I love it. When you get that whole moment. I hate it when it happens to me though, Scott, where I see somebody. It happened to me the other day when I thought I recognized my cousin, but I haven't spoken to my cousin in 2 to 3 years.
but I didn't know if it was him or not. I saw this person, I'm like, I want to say hello, but if I say hello, it might not be him. Also, if it is him, that means I have to talk to him. So I'm just going to ignore the fact, and hopefully he's like, he's in the same boat as me, and not thinking like, oh, there's my cousin. Oh, he's being a dick.
Smile and wave, smile and wave.
I know, not even that. I just, there's a lot of things that made me think it was him. But I will get to that in off air. But anyways, yeah, we're kind of just rambling about our lives now, as much as you people care to listen to us about doing that. Yeah, you might notice we don't answer viewer comments and or questions during this show. I want to reiterate that. We fill up time pretty well just talking about movies and ramblings.
Also, we don't get any fucking viewer comments or anything.
Well, not for this show. Well, actually, honestly, it'd probably be more appropriate if we answer all of them, because a lot of the viewer stuff we do get is about movies. So it'd probably be more appropriate if we do during this show, but, fuck it. I want people to listen to the Bloody Screen podcast.
Yes.
The Movie Thing podcast sells just by on movies alone. Anyways, that is it. I'm done talking. Scott, would you like to end this?
Yes, I would.
Alright.
You may dance if you fancy it. You may also take leave of your companions. For if those companions shall not dance, then they shan't be companions of mine.
That is true poetry. William H. Shakespeare wrote that.
William H. Safety Dance.
Good night, Ev. William H. Safety Dance. You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Because if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of mine.